What's something that is totally normal in movies, but never happens in real life? Actually being able to have a conversation at a bar while music is playing. Not making mistakes when talking. And if they do make a slight stutter, it's because they are lying. Whereas if I say a long sentence without stutter, I am certainly lying. Oh, well, you see, that's because, really specific excuse. Ask your friends to meet you at a predetermined time and place with no explanation as to why. I have a hard time getting friends to meet up for legitimate reasons with advance notice. Meanwhile, movie characters come together in an abandoned warehouse in Brazil like. All walk in at the same time. Why'd you call? Police take a DNA sample and have the results in an hour. Like they have no idea how much a ducking costs Earl. Or how much effort goes into processing a DNA sample. Effort? Some weird goth girl does it in seconds. Nah, that's just the power of CAF pal. Wherever the detective has to go, he always finds a parking spot right in front of the place. Downtown Manhattan included. And he's never in danger of getting a parking ticket for not paying. It's just pull right up to the building and run inside. It would be pretty epic, in an otherwise serious thriller-type movie, for a detective to pull up out front, run inside, fight his way through 30 floors of baddies, corner the kingpin, have a giant shootout, be betrayed by his partner who was secretly the kingpin's bodyguard, kill his partner, wound the kingpin, throw him down, cuff him, drag him down the elevator kicking and screaming, to find his car had been towed. Could be an episode of Brooklyn 99. Hacking is typing really fast. Movie hacking, alright, and let me just reroute the mainframe IP through our VPN and reconfigure the Nmap parameters and we're in. We need to get those nuclear codes before the Sentinels wise up. Actual hacking, hello, this is John from the Password Inspection Agency. Our system shows that your password may have been hacked. Can you confirm it for us? You forgot the part where you start with admin password just in case. Using guns in small rooms with no ear protection, without being affected by the very loud bang that would probably damage your hearing. I was so used to this that I was really confused when Rick in The Walking Dead used a gun inside a tank and then obviously suffered from the noise. There's just a loud ringing and he looks like his head is going to explode, and I was like, WTF is his problem? Took me a moment to realize that this is probably what would happen. Easily avoidable issues if the person just explains what is happening. People in their 20s having large lavish apartments, while having a lot of free time outside work. And brand new clothes every week. People recovering very quickly from injuries, especially head injuries. I just got unconscious but am fine, look, no concussion, see. A heavy blow on the back or top of head is the perfect anesthetic. You wonder why doctors bothered developing anything else. I am rewatching Lost right now and it's basically this every other scene in that show. It's like, something mysterious. Then something hits them on the head and they wake up later completely fine and act like nothing happened. One season of Lost would cause half of the main characters to be unable to speak from so much brain damage. Teenagers being built like ducking tanks. And are being played by people in their 30s. When I was a teenager, I was played by people in their 30s. Damn lucky. I was played by some huge dumbass. Guy walks in holding a 30-page document, gives to some other dude. The dude who's getting the document glances at the first page for a nanosecond and immediately knows everything there is to know about this case. Don't forget leaning back and adjusting their glasses before casting it to the side. Maybe the first person knows how to actually write an abstract. No, that's also too unrealistic, never mind. Cars exploding on impact. Still a vast improvement on cars flying off the road and then exploding in midair. School in movies just consumes about 10% of the day. Important conversation by locker. Bell rings. Remember, 3/4 of your grade depends on this project. Looking at you, Jake. Bell rings. Walking through parking lot with best friend, having plot driving conversation. One of them trips, cut to antagonist and his cronies pointing and laughing. Like how in Ned's Declassified they would have at least half an hour between classes and everyone is walking around the halls like it's a college campus. The middle school in the school district I work in is like a prison lol. They make kids walk from one place to the next silently in a single file line and basically never put them in the position to have a private conversation. Most knockout drugs don't work very fast. Chloroform is always depicted to be some instant knockout drug when in reality it takes several minutes of constant exposure to knock someone unconscious. I'd guess a bad guy standing there for 7 minutes waiting for the hero to pass out would probably make for a boring movie. I don't have time to explain, we need to go. Zombies outside. Need to go now. Tsunami incoming. Need to go now. Shouldn't take too long to explain. Both of these are shorter than I don't have time to explain, haha. People surviving wounds injuries that should be fatal. Bad guys and extras die instantly. Arnold barely placing his hands on either side of their heads and suddenly there's a neck crack sound. You cough, you die. 2020 summarized. All channels always having either news or old movies. Working as a waitress and living in a huge apartment, with the fridge full, and expensive clothes. In California or New York City of all places. Not sneezing or coughing at it, talking a shit too, good one. And you just know that if someone sneezes or coughs, they're dying of lung cancer or as patient zero of a new disease. Same with a nosebleed. It is either a brain tumor or especially. Or horny anime character. A crash or chase happens with shooting and stuff and every other car continues to drive as if nothing is going on around them. People slam on the brakes in real life cause a cop is going the opposite direction on the highway, yet you watch a Marvel movie and a dude's tailgating a van. CPT America and Ultron are actively fighting on. Edit, fixing errors. Unlimited bullets and accuracy 100% for shooting normal bad guys. Being able to talk in the middle of a gunfight. Guns are loud. The dozens to hundreds of gunshots in a movie gunfight would leave everyone with their ears ringing till the next day. Someone goes up to a bar and asks for alcohol or beer and the bartender gives it to them without asking the brand or type. Whatever they ask for is conveniently right in front of the bartender under the bar. Enhancing a shitty quality image to 4K and zooming into the size of a microbe with perfect clarity. Then getting the reflection off of that microbe to get the license plate. And the plate matches the car. And it's their home. And they confess immediately. Taking one bite and you're done, haha. Husband comes rushing down the stairs, briefcase and jacket in hand. He finds a full breakfast in the kitchen table with different breads, fruits, eggs and a massive jar of orange juice. Oh hey honey, I'm running late. Takes a bite of a croissant leaving it on the table, kisses the wife, takes one sip out of the orange juice and runs out the door. I woke up 3 hours ago to make all of this, you ungrateful duck. Yeah, I don't care where I'm working, a full-on breakfast being made for me is gonna get eaten. People waking up with perfect makeup, my wife points this out in everything we watch. The marvelous Mrs. Maisel lampshades this trope pretty well. She gets up before her husband every morning to put on makeup and then gets back in bed right before the alarm goes off, so she looks pristine for him. I knew someone that did this every day of their marriage for 40 years. It was mind-blowing to learn. Edit, I asked my mom for more details because I had met her plenty of times to know she was the most elegant lady, but my mom had stayed at their house as a child with her best friend. My mom said, she also went to bed with full makeup on, waited until her husband got into bed and fell asleep, then would get up and wash it all off. All to get up at 5 a.m. and do it again.